Hello my friends, David Kessler here, and welcome back to the studio. So today let's spend a few minutes talking about selling your art online. This is a question I get a lot. How do you sell art online? We go over it in the workshops as part of the art business information that we go through. One of the key ways to sell your art online, and we're not going to hit on every single thing, but we're going to talk mostly today about websites and why your website is the most important place that you can have to sell your artwork. Number one, it's your place on the web. It's your artwork only. So when someone comes to your website to buy something or to look, they're not distracted by other artwork that's right there. So for instance, if you're selling on Etsy, or heaven forbid Fine Art America or Saatchi Art, or one of those other places that has hundreds of thousands of other artists there, think about what a customer would do. They may go there, look at your art for a few seconds, and then move on to the next one. What you're trying to do is focus that potential customer on your work and your work alone on your website. And you want to present the work in a way that it looks good and that it has enough information so that the customer can purchase knowing that they have the information that they need to buy the art, and that they're satisfied that you've answered all of their questions with the information that you have on your website. Now think about it. If you go to Amazon to purchase something, they have a lot of information about every product. There's a product description. There's a spec section that has sizes and weights and all sorts of things. And if it says Prime on it, you're going to get it free shipping in just a couple of days. So it talks also about the shipping. Oftentimes what I see on artists' websites is just a bunch of pretty pictures with no information about the paintings at all. So think about it. If you just have a picture of your artwork and maybe you say, it's $350. Let's say it's $350. Well, and then you don't tell them anything else about it. How am I supposed to know what size it is, what material it's made from, what sort of substrate it's on? What are you going to do about the shipping? Is there a return policy or an exchange policy? If I'm international, does it ship international? Do you tell me that it ships internationally? Or do I have to go through the payment process first? Is there a way that I can put it into a shopping cart to pay for it? These are all really important things that you have to consider. You have to give the customer or the potential customer as much information as you possibly can so that they can make the best buying decision that they can. Remember, information is power, so you're trying to give the customer the power in this transaction. You're giving them information that they can use to make sound buying decisions when they're purchasing your art. And that's what you want, right? You want to give them that information. You want them to know that stuff so that they're informed buyers. I couldn't imagine, paying $1,000 or $500 or whatever the price is, several $1,000s to buy something and not knowing enough information about it to hand over my credit card information for that artwork. So some of the things that you need to have on your website about your work is as follows, right? First, you have to have a payment system that allows somebody to purchase the artwork. I know this sounds basic, but a lot of artists don't think about this. They just think it's a place where they can, put up a bunch of pretty pictures and not worry about selling. But, how are you going to sell your work, right? This is the easiest thing. Your website is the hub of all your marketing efforts. It's fundamental and foundational for you as an artist to have a website. And that's going to be the place that you're going to send people from social media, for instance, so they can come and see your work and hopefully purchase it, right? It's the hub. It's the center. It's the focus of what you do as an artist online. Okay. Payment system first. So, for instance, if your website platform doesn't have a payment system, then you've picked the wrong platform. Get out of it and get another one. And if you've seen any of my stuff before, or you're one of my students, you know that I always say Squarespace, Squarespace.com has the best websites. Whether you're an artist or anything else, any kind of business person, Squarespace websites are the best. Now, they don't pay me to say that. I get no money at all from Squarespace. I get no free website. I get nothing. I love the product. That's the reason I tell people, go to Squarespace and get a website. It'll do everything you need it to do. And has videos that tell you how to set it up and do all that. They're the best. I've used them for a long time now, and I couldn't imagine going anywhere else for a website. Anyway, the other thing you need to have on there, and I see a lot of artists that don't have this, is you need information about the artwork. So each piece of artwork needs to have the following information on it. It needs to have the title, and you need to put it in this order. The title, the size, right? The medium, watercolor, acrylic, oil. The substrate, canvas, paper, etc., board, whatever it is. And the price. You have to have that information on there, right? The title, the size, the medium, the substrate, which means what it's painted on, and the price. Okay. Now, the size is critical here. When you have the title, you want to put the size on there. Now, there's a formula for the size. The vertical dimension always comes first. It's vertical times horizontal. Right? So these panes behind me are 15 by 22. So you would list them as 15 by 22. That's the size. They're not 22 by 15. If they were 22 by 15, they'd be turned vertically. So with the vertical, if it's a vertical painting, the vertical dimension is going to be greater than the horizontal dimension. And I see this all the time that artists don't do that. Sometimes galleries don't even do that. I'm thinking, what is wrong with you people? Right? The vertical dimension always comes first. If it's a vertical painting, right, the vertical dimension is going to be greater than the horizontal dimension. If it's a horizontal painting, right, the vertical dimension will be less than the horizontal dimension. Right? So put it on there accurately. The medium, right, typically you're going to be watercolor, pastel, acrylic, oil, mixed media, whatever it is, that's the medium. That's what you want to put on there. The substrate is whatever it is that you're painting on. Paper, canvas, board, masonite, plywood, I mean whatever it is, put that on there. Right? People need to know what it's painted on. It's part of giving information about the painting. It's basic stuff, really. And of course you have to have the price on there. Without the price, right, nobody's going to buy it. Without a payment system, nobody's going to buy it. With a lack of information, nobody's going to buy it. Right? So you're trying to give the customer, again, the information they need to purchase your artwork and feel confident about the purchase. Now, there's other stuff too that needs to be put in there. And what I'm going to do, instead of trying to go through all that, I'm going to show you what I put on my website that gives enough information to the buyer so that they feel confident about making a purchase. All right, so here we go. Okay, you can see here my website from Abstract Paintings on Canvas. You can see I've got information about canvases here. It says all paintings on canvas are painted on 1.5 inch deep gallery wrapped canvas with black painted edges, and it's unframed, and they come ready to hang. Now this is important information that people need to know to adequately buy the paintings. They need to know what kind of canvas it's on. They need to know how the edges are painted. They need to know that it comes ready to hang. Right? And also put information that, you know, the acrylic paint is the highest quality and professional grade, made in the U.S., and that the shipping costs will automatically be added during the checkout process. Now, another important piece of information here is that there's a 10-day exchange policy. They need to know if you're going to refund them or exchange them or what the policy is, and you have to have that somewhere written on your website to protect yourself. Right? And also specify that any return shipping would be paid by the customer, and the painting shipped U.S. and internationally. Now let's look. I've got the title, the size, the medium, the substrate, and the price. Right? So if I click on this, and it comes to a place where there's a blow up of the painting, and I can add it to the cart, and pay for it right here. Really simple, right? But really important. Really important. Okay. Basic information that the buyer needs to be an informed buyer. All right, I hope that video and I hope all of this that we've talked about today was helpful for you. Because what I'm trying to do is make you be successful, helping you to be successful selling your work online. No matter what kind of art you do, I mean, I want you to be successful, right? I mean, we're all in this together. We're all artists. We're all in this for each other. So I want you to be successful, and these are some great tips that you can use to up your game a little bit and get your work out there and give people enough information that they can feel confident buying your work, and that's what it's all about. So if you like this video, please share it with your friends. If you're not a subscriber, please hit the red button below on YouTube and subscribe to the video or subscribe to my channel. Do these videos once a week. They come out typically on Tuesday. If you want to join me for a workshop, some of what we talked about today, we go over in the workshops, as sort of an art business education that I want artists to have. And we talk about that. So there's a link below to all the workshops that I'm doing in this year. So please look at those and join me for a workshop. That helps support the channel, right? If you buy artwork, if you buy one of these t-shirts, if you join me for a workshop, all of that helps to support the channel. And without support for the channel, right, the channel goes away and these videos go away because they do take an enormous amount of my time to put them together and edit them and get them out to everybody. So, thanks for your support. I appreciate it. Hope to see you at a workshop near you, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks.